Hey guys, hello, Keep It Dirty Off-Road, and today we're doing a windshield washer reservoir. This is something we have to do when you do mid-travel. Some of you guys out there too that are putting bigger tires, putting 37s and all that stuff. This is a mod you're gonna have to consider because look how close the reservoir is to the tire. We're doing this because we've actually already upgraded our fender liners and we're still seeing some rubbing. I actually had to cut my fender liners in order to clear and not rip off my fenders. And after doing all that, the windshield washer reservoir hangs down way too low. So that's something we have to fix. And we started scouring the internet and scouring all the shops for options, and nobody had anything except for Evil Manufacturing. So this right here is Evil Manufacturing's windshield washer reservoir. It's designed to fit in the stock location and actually wraps around the battery. It's made of aluminum and it's coated so that the windshield washer fluid itself doesn't corrode it. This is one of the reasons why it took so long. We actually ordered this in November and we just got it here in January. And the reason why it took so long is because he was having a hard time getting the liquid required to coat the inside of this so that windshield washer fluid wouldn't be corrosive. Because believe it or not, because of the bug gut formula that you have to put in windshield washer fluid, it can be corrosive to aluminum. We learn something new every day. Quality of this thing is spot on. I mean, just look at the shape. Look at the shape of this thing. It's a very odd shape and it's basically designed to sit right in the stock location and allow you to have maximum clearance. The welds are super well done. I mean, it looks like stacked coins. The finish on it is great. All the materials are great. It's designed to use all the OEM parts. I'm blown away by this thing, guys. This is a very weird shape. It's a very difficult shape to construct. I mean, look, this right here is one whole piece and they have the bends just right to go around the battery box. It is a little bit pricey. When we bought ours, it was around $220 something. Now it's around $270 because of COVID and all the material restrictions and all that stuff. But I'm telling you guys, this is worth every penny because this is gonna hold close to stock volume. The only other solution we found is a couple other shops are like, well, we can put you a cylinder. It's gonna hold about a quarter of what you normally hold and you'll probably have to fill it out every run, but it'll work. This thing holds probably near a gallon, probably more, very close to what the stock is. Works with the stock pump. It's gonna give us a maximum clearance. So I personally think this is totally worth it. Now, I do want to preface this video, guys. We paid for this ourselves. We are not sponsored by Evil Manufacturing. We paid for this ourselves because this was the best solution that we could find for our setup. Let's go get it installed. So that right there is our reservoir. Look how far down it's sticking. And this is with +2 fenders. This is advanced fiberglass +2 fenders. They go +2 and +2 up. And even with all that, look at that. Look how much it sticks down. Look at this. And if you guys can see, my tires are rubbing on it. I'm running 37-inch, 13.5. So this is what we want to fix for. We want to get this higher up and get rid of this freaking bump out, right? I don't want to rip this out because if we keep running the way we are going to rip this out, and I want to avoid that. Now, we went and picked up the reservoir in person because we had a couple questions for Evil on how to do the actual installation since there was no instructions online. So you have to break those three, right?
Break those three. You got to drill those three out.
Okay.
And then you come back and drill these 2 holes. Another bolt over here somewhere. Like you got to get these 3 off as well. And then it catches that top bolt up.
What's the best way to take this off? Is it better to just take it out from the wheel well or is it from the top?
This right here will come out from the top. This whole thing will come out. You'll snake it out through the engine bay. And then you'll have those 2 bolts that can go through there. And you see right here, once you get that on there and you get that attached.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
It sits in there like that. And it gives you an angle because your wheel's obviously around it.
And then where's the pump going to?
The pump, there's a secondary hole over here. Right there.
Okay, I see that.
Pump goes there and it basically just, you set it in there and I believe it gets glued in there. Oh, you know what? The grommet's already on. Right. It's been a while since I did one. Pop off that grommet, put it right back on here, pop this in and glue it in place.
Perfect.
Silicone it.
Easy.
There you go, right there's your dust collector.
Cool, man.
You gotta clean that out because it does make a difference. And this right here
just pops in there.
Pops in there and you just silicone around it to hold it in place.
Cool. And then a couple other Evil guys getting theirs too.
Oh yeah.
Now it's our turn to do the install. First thing you want to do is disconnect the battery. And then we got to remove the battery. There's a bolt back here. Loosen that up and that should loosen up the battery enough to get it out. Okay, now we should be able to remove the battery. It's not a bad idea to remove this clip right here so you can get the hot side out. That shit's heavy. There are 3 bolts that you need to remove to disconnect the battery box. Also pay attention to your accessories. You're gonna have lines connected to this. You'll need to pop off those lines as well. If you have a supercharged truck like we do, your cooling reservoir, that has to be moved out of the way. And then because we have so many cables just sitting here, I'm gonna have to spend some extra time also moving some of those wires that were put in for lighting and all that stuff just to get this out. This can be fun. Now this relay down here, this is mainly for your guys with the supercharged trucks. Regular trucks won't have this. There are a lot of cables and stuff all around it, so this should be interesting. Everything's in the way. Careful there. And this thing is the main thing keeping us stuck in there. This is fucking twist it. Huh. How the fuck we gotta get this thing out with that in the way? What else is in the way? See, this right here is our biggest hurdle. Oh, and there it is. There, disconnect this. And she's out. Let's get the lines disconnected from here. Pump's gonna stay there. Make sure you guys save the pump and the grommet for the pump. Backwards ass way to hang this. There's still some left in there. Yeah, but it's enough now to get this pump out. There we go. Pump is out, and we're ready to modify this. Now, in order to do this, we need to pop it off of here, which means we got to cut and drill these, and then we're going to drill 2 holes for the bolts, and then same thing over here. We got to cut and then drill. Now, the kit comes with just 3 bolts, which is kind of weird, but we'll figure that out. We may end up adding one of our own bolts. Now, you can't actually cut the plastic. We tried. The only option is to drill it out and then use an angle grinder to smooth it out.
Theoretically, it should just pop out, right?
Theoretically, yes. There it is. Look at the difference in size. I mean, obviously this is gonna carry more, probably about 1.5 gallons, while this is only gonna carry 1 gallon, but look at that. And they copied that pattern to a T. You're gonna need to get that out.
Don't break it. Don't break it.
Yeah, definitely don't break this.
Don't break that. You're gonna break it. Oh.
And give it a good clean. So Ethan, go clean it. Now, you're not done. Just because we drilled those out doesn't mean we are done with this. We still have to drill the holes all the way through so that we can attach this.
It's gonna be a tight fit.
Okay, now make sure you put the head of the bolt first so you have room for your battery. And then just long enough. Start off with this side first. Then doesn't quite fit. Just a little bit of extra love on that. Let's see how tight it is in between both of them.
Yep. Only give you 3.
Let's go ahead and hang this up. I got it. That bottom one fit down. Nope.
It doesn't even align.
No, that's why they only did 3. Doug said that this should be siliconed in. I'm gonna try it without silicone. Let's see if it leaks. Let's go do a quick test. Pump's in place. Everything's in place. So let's get a little bit of water into this. I don't see any water. Is it leaking?
I don't feel wetness.
That's what she said. So I don't think we're gonna need to put silicone on there. So unfortunately, Doug was right. And Doug was right. That does need to be silicone in. So when you guys do this, I recommend you silicone before. Doug was right. All right.
How are we gonna take it off without the water, or it doesn't matter?
Water's gonna flow out. See? And do it this way. Yeah.
Ah, God.
And agua.
It's leaking now.
Shut up.
Oh my God. You got me wet.
It's dribbling.
You got me wet.
Fuck, we got a lot of water in there. Huh?
You got me wet. I don't want to be wet.
You're still dripping. That's what she said. Let's see how difficult this is gonna be to install. It's gonna be super fucking tight. I don't think it's gonna fit. Wait a minute. It's going in. It's going through. Alright, now what the fuck is blocking me? Nathan, can you push up on the tank from down there? There, go on. I'm not moving at all. Bitch. This would be so much easier if the fender wasn't in place. This fucking hose is getting in the way. Give us some room. Yeah, I can see it right here. It's stuck on one of the bracket things by a little hair. Oh shit, I see it. Give me the pry tool. There we go.
Yes, I can do it.
Is there anything else it's stuck on?
So it's holding on to this from where I can see and this right here.
Oh.
You can't go up because of this right here.
There it is. So, now, it's still not in the right spot. I don't even see the holes.
Oh, wow, we're off.
How far off?
We need to go that way quite a bit.
Okay, I see it. I see it now. Will it go in?
No, you're getting blocked by the fender.
What do you mean?
Right here. I can try to like file it.
I need to file it.
Wow, that smells awesome.
All right, see if you can put it into place now. They're right there. Okay, I need to cut a little bit more on this side, so I need to cut more here. Okay, pull it out a little bit. All right, this little thing's gonna come back up here. Gotta move that relay,
Make it easily accessible.
which now it doesn't want to come up. Okay, there we go. Put this bastard in here so that it's easy to access.
What is that for?
That relay turns on the water pump.
Okay, I'm letting the viewers know. I knew exactly what that relay was for. It's just letting the viewers know. God, I love the smell of like roasted rubber.
Rubber? You mean fiberglass?
Same thing. They both smell terrible.
Anything to get it done. Okay, now we gotta bend that back down. Yes, it is.
Dual fixing her.
Shut up.
Oh, you can hear the water squishing and splashing in there.
It's not water. It's coolant for the supercharger.
Hands on delicate. Gotta be super delicate. She likes it gentle. No, never mind. She likes it rough. You can test. No, but bend the bracket.
Okay, battery. Okay, you're recording either.
I am recording. On a scale of 1 to 10, how heavy is that battery?
Oh, fucking heavy. Now let's hook up the battery.
Oh, don't electrocute yourself. Oh. Electrons.
I always get this quick.
Yeah, never touch it by yourself. I got it hot out here.
It's not that hot. It's because you're wearing a sweater.
Or I'm just too hot for the outside world.
Let's go ahead and put that back on. Okay. And you just gotta zip tie this stuff and she'll be good.
Should fill her up.
Because I am a little cheap, I am gonna reuse the liquid we had. And how much do we have, Ethan?
3 over 3 quarts. 3 liters.
Okay. And we did put a screen on it so we don't get any of the debris back in there. I hope somebody's looking for leaks.
Oh, I am not. I don't see any.
No leaks?
No leaks whatsoever. No feeling. I'm using my dry hand for this.
So that was 3 quarts, just over 3 quarts. And it's not full yet. You guys look in there. We still got plenty of space.
Oh, we have a lot more than plenty.
Now you have to be careful because we are gonna fill it up.
I am super careful. I have steadiest hands in the house.
All right, make sure you're stopping and looking. How much?
Oh my God, we got a ways to go.
Almost.
What do you mean almost? We might drain the whole bottle.
Because we had about half a gallon here. So it's going to be about 1.25 gallons, which the stock is about 1.5 gallons. So we barely lost any. Oh, still got plenty of room in there.
Yep. How much do we have left?
Just drain it off.
We still have room.
All right, where's the cover? I want to show you guys something too. So remember how much the old one used to stick out? Look how much little it sticks out. It was a pain to get in and we did have to do some extra trimming. You guys can see the extra trimming right there. It wasn't clean and we did kind of scratch ours up, but that's not going to rub. At least I hope it's not going to rub. Let's finish it up. All right guys, so there you go. We got it installed. Old one is out. Overall, it was a simple install with the exception of trying to get it in.
That was our bad.
No, and it's partly our bad. We installed our fenders so that they're much higher, much tighter than your typical fenders. So I think if you guys do this, I'd recommend removing the fender liners just so you have the room to get in there and install it however you need. As far as volume, you guys saw that. It takes about 1.25 gallons. Considering this is about 1.5 gallons. So it's only about, you only lose about 1/4 capacity, which is really, really cool. And this thing is this weird, funky, odd shape and all that stuff. We also didn't have to use silicone, which was kind of cool. So unfortunately, Doug was right. And Doug was right. That does need to be silicone in. So we're going to take care of that now really quick while it's in. So when you guys do this, I recommend you silicone before. Doug was right. It's a lot, isn't it? Even though it was leaking, we didn't lose much. Remember, we put about 1.25 gallons. That's 4 liters right there. So we lost, what, little bit under a quarter. So now we got to fix it. First, we got to get that little piece out that we're going to silicone. And we got to clean it up a little bit too. And you could use any silicone as long as it's waterproof silicone. So you can use like JB Wells 100% silicone, DAP. It doesn't really matter. Just pick a good silicone that's designed for water. And that should be good enough. We're going to put silicone around here, a healthy amount, make sure it's clean, put it back in, and then put connector on it, and hopefully it sets. Wish us luck. That's maybe my dab. And then just to put a little bit of pressure, we're going to put this thing back in just so that it has that extra pressure needed all the way around. That should be good. We're going to let that sit for a couple hours before we put our liquid back in. Hopefully that solves our leak.
5 hours later.
Fill her up.
Make sure it's not leaking.
So far, no leaking.
She's kind of thirsty. A little bit.
Oh, wait. Leaking.
Do this again. Because it's leaking from somewhere, which we don't know. We should have just listened to Doug.
Your fault.
We wouldn't be here.
You should put some in the seal.
No. It's all about around this thing. And then, getting it out of that. No, now we gotta let it dry.
So we're gonna leave the truck like this.
No, we're not. We're gonna let it dry and then I'll light back in. That's it.
6.5 hours later.
How do you know when it's full? Huh?
Is it full?
No, I can't even tell. Move your phone.
Put some water in there. Let's just try to fill it up.
Oh. Oh my god, it got me wet. Damn, she's a squirter.
How do you drain it?
You wanna see?
Sure, go ahead. Oh yeah, definitely a squirter. Definitely a squirter right there.
That don't look right.
Now we're gonna put the actual fluid in it. Call it done. Alright guys, so overall we're really happy with this. We actually went out and tested on the trails and it did really good. No issues with it. Fortunately though, it's not perfect. We are still seeing a little bit of rubbing right there. But it's a different kind of rubbing. Before when we made the rubbing, it was very loud and you could hear that the reservoir was going to get ripped off. Now, I actually haven't heard it rubbing, which is kind of weird. So the only sign that we have that it rubbed is the fact that this, right? We're not hearing it at all. So we're gonna keep an eye on it, see what's going on, see maybe it's because we're running much bigger tires, much fatter tires. I don't know, but ours is still rubbing a little bit. Not to the point that it was before though, where we're gonna rip it off, which is good. I still highly recommend for anybody running 37s that wants more clearance, or anybody running a mid-travel, bolt kit, long travel, whatever you call it, still highly recommend it because it's a way to still keep the same capacity while giving yourself more clearance up the front and having less rubbing issues. Get a hold of Doug at Evil Manufacturing if you guys want to get a set. I highly recommend the products. The build quality is really good. We had our little issues, but it's all minor stuff. I'm really happy with it, so I recommend it. Put any questions or comments below. Please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.